Chord construction is fun. Let's start with a C major scale. Nice scale because there's no sharps or flats. Sounds like this. Starts on a C, that's the root, the 1. The 2 is D. The 3 is E. The 4 is F. The 5 is G. The 6 is A. The 7 is B. And our octave is C. That's another root. So if we're in the key of C, we want to start with our roots to kind of get oriented what's happening. Always find your roots when you're trying to figure out what's happening. That's where you start. You build, off the root. Now, remember I said root, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8 octave. Let's make a C major chord. C major chord is made from 3 notes, the root, 3rd, and 5th, which is C, E, G. Here's an easy way to play it. C, E, and G. C major chord. The normal shape that we play looks like that. That's got 2 C's and 2 E's and 1 G. So it's got a root, 3rd, 5th, another root, and a 3rd on top. Follow me? If you happen to hit 6 strings with a low E open, that's another 3rd. So we just have a 3rd in the bass. That would be called a C with a slash mark G. C slash mark E. It's a C over E, or a C with an E bass note, which sounds a little bit muddy, but sometimes it's necessary to play that. If you happen to cover 3rd fret, 5th string with your ring finger, replace that ring finger with your pinky at the C, you'd have a C over G, or a C slash G, or a C with a G bass note. Sounds like this. So what you've got there is a G, C, E, G, C, E. So we're just constructing chords, having a little fun. So really all you need is root, 3rd, 5th. C, E, G. Find those. It's fun how you can move it up the neck like this. That was a C, E, G. Oops, no it wasn't. C, E, G. There it is. C, E, G. So you can really start to spread them out. That's what's fun. C, E, G. Look at this good old shape. C, G, C, E, and on top we have a G. So that'd be like a root, 5th, root, 3rd, 5th. It's a bar chord. You could do a C chord here, add your pinky on skinny string, 3rd fret. It's a C major chord, a root, 3rd, 5th, root with a 5th on top, that G, which kind of cuts through nice. C major. Let's do a C major 7th. All we're going to do is add the 7th note of a C major scale, which is a B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, open B. So let's add that to a root, 3rd, 5th, at our 7th. There's our C major chord, which is kind of a dreamy, mellow, kind of a nurturing sound. The major 7th is kind of a relaxed quality or color. Major 7th. So here's a C bar chord. If we add that 7th, which is a B, right here with our middle finger on the 3rd string, 4th fret, build our chord around it. We got root, 5th, 7th, 3rd. Or you can lay your finger flat and hit 5 strings, or maybe even 6. Just as long as you got a root, 3rd, 5th, and a 7th, you got a C major 7th. You got lots of shapes you can use. There's one way high, that's like a 10, 9, 8, 7, nice stair-step shape, C major 7. That's a nice order of notes, a root, 3rd, 5th, 7. That's a fun shape. Can you find that? Major 7th. Kind of soft sound. It's kind of pretty. There's a cool one. Index, middle, ring, pinky. That's an 8th fret root. Index, middle finger on the 5th. 2nd string, 8th fret, ring finger, 9th fret, 4th string. That's our major 7th. Pinky at the 3rd interval, which is on 3rd string, 9th fret. You end up muting the A and the skinny E string. That's a major 7. Now if we flat that 7th, see, we can do a lot of, we can alter that. You can alter these formulas. It's a lot of fun. If we flat the 7th, remember we said the 7th is B. So if we flat that B, you got a B flat, which is right here, changing the whole mood of the situation. Here we got a root, 3rd. Let's throw in that flatted 7th. Here's another root. Apparently we don't have a 5th interval in this chord. That's okay. And the 7s are kind of bossy and tough sounding. They sound kind of gnarly, not so nurturing and calm, a little more excited. It's still major, but you can put a little minor stuff in on top of it. That's a dominant 7th. Let's look at some, well, let's change the bass note to a G. We'll get our 3rd in there, or excuse me, 5th. So it's a C7 with a G bass note, C7 over G. So we got a 5th in the bass, a 3rd is your E, flatted 7th is your B flat, here's a root, the C, and the skinny string is a 3rd on top if you want that. Let's do one like this. Here's a C chord, drop that root down a half step, then one more, full step. You got C, dominant 7th, or C7. Here's a good one up here. This is like an E-shaped chord. This is a good one. A root, an 8th fret, root, 5th, flatted 7th, 3rd, 5th, and a root on top. Or you can add your pinky here. That's another B flat. That chord's got a lot of snap, a lot of edge, a lot of attitude. Dominant 7th, you gotta know it. Alright, let's do a minor. Let's look at a major triad, a root, 3rd, 5th. All we're gonna do is flat the 3rd. Easy. Root, flatted 3rd, that's an E flat and a 5th. So we got G, E flat, and excuse me, C, E flat, and G. Changes the mood drastically from a major, kind of bright, sunny, and hopeful, to a darker quality. All we did was flat the 3rd. It's kind of an awkward shape. Well, it works nice. If you hit extra strings, you're going to really have a weird formula like this. That'd be a C minor / major 7th, which is a little bit of a confusing sound. But it's cool, you can do that. Let's do a C minor here. All we're doing, here's a C major. We're going to flat the 3rd, the E goes down to E flat. So here we have a root, 5th, root, flatted 3rd, 5th, C minor. Or there's one up here, it's handy at 8th fret. Remember our C7, or C major, C minor, root, 5th, root, flatted 3rd, 5th, root. Let's do one more. How about a minor 7? Minor 7 would be, oh, let's look at this. How about what we're going to do is add that dominant 7th, the B flat, plus the minor 3rd, the E flat. So we got a root, 5th, flatted 7th, which is B flat, and E flat, and your 5th on top. There's a minor 7. Let's do one up here at 8th fret. I was flatting that 7th, 1 fret down, making a 6th. C minor 6. Let's cut it off. Let's not get into 6th right now. But, so work on your majors, major 7s, dominant 7s, minors, and minor 7s. Those would be your kind of most basic chord formulas you got to know. Let me know if you have questions. I'd love to discuss chord construction with you. Thank you.